Your income doesn't matter. Your age doesn't matter. Your race doesn't matter. Your geographical location doesn't matter. There's a thing that you and I are dealing with in your money, and it's called math. And none of those things I just mentioned give you a pass on math. And where people get themselves in trouble, including when I went broke many years ago because I was stupid, we get ourselves in trouble when we don't bother and do the math before we do the transaction. We're the stupid woman from San Diego who leased her dog for $5,400. We make $90,000 a year, and somehow in our brains figure out that our children deserve a $50,000 Honda SUV. And now we have to take the kids out of private school because we can't pay the payments on the SUV and the private school because we didn't do math. We're 21 years old, we buy a $10,000 car, run up $10,000 in credit card debt, and have $10,000 in medical bills and make $30,000 a year. When you make $30,000 a year, there's nowhere in that plan that the $10,000 car makes sense. There's nowhere in that plan that running up a bunch of credit card debt gives you any room to breathe. You already can't breathe. We have 3 kids. We make $28,000 a year. Should I go back to work, the woman asks. $28,000 income with 3 kids. Our health care is provided by Medicaid, which is welfare, because we qualify. If I go back to work, we won't qualify for that. And if I go back to work, then I'll have to pay for daycare. When you make $30,000 a year, there's nowhere in that plan that the $10,000 car makes sense. There's nowhere in that plan that running up a bunch of credit card debt gives you any room to breathe. You already can't breathe. We have 3 kids. We make $28,000 a year. Should I go back to work, the woman asks. $28,000 income with 3 kids. We have 3 kids. We make $28,000 a year. Should I go back to work, the woman asks. $28,000 income with 3 kids. We have 3 kids. We make $28,000 a year. Should I go back to work, the woman asks. $28,000 income with 3 kids. We have 3 kids. We make $28,000 a year. Should I go back to work, the woman asks. $28,000 income with 3 kids. We have 3 kids. We make $28,000 a year. Should I go back to work, the woman asks. $28,000 income with 3 kids.
Hi. All right, listen, y'all. We're gonna jump into this thing, man. And people, I very seldom, and I mean very. I very seldom come across somebody that understands the dynamics of politics. And what I mean by that is just that. I very seldom come across somebody. What's going on, Deshaun? And I got first one. Hey, Deshaun, I got to salute you, brother. I did get that $20 contribution via my Cash App. So I definitely appreciate that. I do. I appreciate that, my man. Thank you so much. But I want to jump right into this thing, right? Because, like I was saying, I very seldom come across somebody that understand the dynamics of politics. And I'm going to tell you what I mean by the dynamic of politics. A lot of people don't understand how the system works. A lot of people don't realize that if you take a city and you put 15% of that city on welfare, that money has to come from somewhere. All right. Um, Welfare money just don't pop up out of the blue. Section 8 money just don't pop out of the blue. You got to understand also, and a lot of people don't get this. Buying a house in a cheap neighborhood, in most cases, comes out to be more costly than buying a house in an expensive neighborhood, because when you buy a house in a cheap neighborhood, their government is under different scrutiny and under different financial obligations, like it is in a neighborhood where everybody gets up at a 9 to 5 and everybody works. So I very seldom come across somebody that break things down to me. People I have broke down to me. I had some broke down to me. Now I'm broke. I'm a broke whore. But I'm gonna tell you what I'm gonna do. As the Negroes in the street say, "Keep it real, son." I'm about to keep it real. I got D. Smitty up in this bitch, and I was talking to my sister um, yesterday, and then I forgot I left this system at the studio, and we couldn't get together last night. But me and my sister was rapping about some stuff, and what I want to do is I want to talk to her slash interview her, and I want y'all to understand. Her. I want y'all to listen to her and understand something. Last year in 2021, my sister was telling me about the stimulus package, where things is going and how this is going on. I want this woman to give us all an update on what's going on
We have three
with
kids.
the shut up, Dave. I want her to give us an update on what's going on. So without further ado, I'm gonna bring my sister in on here, and I want her to break some stuff down to y'all. So, um, Miss Sister, are you there?
Yes, I am.
Okay, Miss Sister, please state your name for my listeners, please.
I'm Dawn. You know, D. Smitty.
Okay, D. Smitty is up in it. Um, all right, so um, I brought you here tonight because you had some very, very profound. You was telling me some very, very profound stuff that I was kind of shocked, and I think I was shocked because um, I don't understand the system, like in the manner in which you was breaking it down. Let me see if I can slide this back. Okay. I don't understand the system in the manner in which you was breaking it down. So you was telling me about various changes with uh with housing. I want you to give me the long version. What? So let me start it like this. Um, what differences from post from pre-stimulus to post-stimulus check? What are some of the differences that you noticed concerning public housing, rental? What are some of the differences that you've noticed?
Well, people are not getting what they were getting last year.
And what was getting? What was the getting?
The extra money.
Okay, okay. So,
Yes, they're not getting no extra money.
so when you say people are not getting extra money, do you mean people that need public assistance, or do you mean people like the taxpayers?
People that need public assistance.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh. So they're not getting extra money. Why aren't the people that need public assistance, why aren't the people that need public assistance getting what they need?
Because they gave it all to us last year.
I like that. So because they gave it all to us last year. All right. So last year you was telling me about the stimulus checks, and you were saying that you did not want the stimulus check. Why didn't you want a stimulus check?
Because I didn't want my taxes ruined for this year.
Okay. And so why do you think a lot of people don't understand that the way you understand it?
Because a lot of people saw it as free money. The
Mm.
government's printing up free money. All the money's free. They are printing it up like people are planting vegetables in a backyard and watching it grow.
Uh-huh.
Let's go pluck some free money. And
Uh-huh.
it don't work like that. They didn't understand this money had to come from somewhere.
Okay. So the money had to come from somewhere. The stimulus money had to come from somewhere.
Exactly.
Okay. So the stimulus money come from somewhere, and now you're saying this year in 2021, now the people that are in or need public assistance, they're not getting the money because that stimulus money was given out.
Yep.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh. And what is some of the things that you know personally, first offhand?
A lot of the money is being put into fixing up housing and replenishing and also renovating homes, apartments, and also putting back into jobs.
Uh-huh.
So these people that actually now they need it because so many people have gotten sick even more than last year. They're not getting the help that they need because they took that money.
Uh-huh.
So these people are being left in shelters or possibly being put up in rooms, and there's nothing, no extra assistance that they can actually get. They're being put on lists, waiting lists that could take months up to a year,
Uh-huh.
and being left there. They're not being assisted properly because they don't have an address. Their name is not on lease, and they have to wait because this expensive renovation, because of the COVID,
Uh-huh.
all that money is going into the housing and them creating new housing and homes and stuff for people to go. So
Uh-huh.
they just gotta wait.
Uh-huh. Um, Interesting. Um, you just said um people were put in rooms. What do you mean by people were put in rooms?
It's some people that were put in like rooming houses.
Was they ever doing that before?
No.
Oh. So instead of people getting an apartment, they were getting rooming houses? They get rooming houses?
Yeah, they were getting suggested to be put in rooming houses.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Hold up. If this was a show, I'd go to a commercial break. Okay. Let me tell, ladies and gentlemen, I got D. Smitty calling in on the league line. And let me tell y'all something. Let me tell y'all something. I didn't vote for Joe Biden, and um, I just got a special place in my heart for people that didn't vote for a guy that gave us the lowest unemployment that we've seen in my lifetime. I get it now. I'm not pressed on that no more. So that's why I kind of like when she said that, I started laughing. and I don't mean, honestly, I don't mean to offend nobody, because like I said, this, I asked her personally, so obviously it's personal. So to laugh means that I'm laughing at my sister, and I definitely don't want to laugh at my sister. So I don't, sis. I don't want to laugh at you.
It's
Uh,
cool.
okay. So, when you said they was putting rooming houses and then wasn't getting further assistance, are you saying that they put them in the rooming house and then left and wasn't replenishing the monthly or weekly rental fee?
No, people did not qualify because these were not permanent addresses for assistance. They have to have permanent leasing and addresses. They have to basically either own a home or have a lease.
To get assistance.
Yep.
Uh-huh. All right. So if I'm understanding you correct, what you're saying is that um the because the whole COVID thing took everything south. Stimulus check money was given. Money was given for individuals are using money for renovations. And how about the government? Do the government themselves have enough money to support uh, individuals? Because there are people that were like getting assistance normally. Are they being affected at all?
They're being questioned about what type of assistance they actually need.
Uh huh.
I offer my assistance up at a church, and I've watched people come in who claim that they've just lost their homes and they've had children with them, claim that they've had to move in with neighbors. Their other families have lost their homes. So that should tell you what kind of money or even assistance they were getting if they had children with them.
Uh huh. And when you say lost their homes, you don't mean via like a foreclosure, like they owned it. You meant that they actually had a home that was afforded to them by the system. That the system is no longer giving them assistance.
They lost
Oh,
it. Yes.
okay. Uh huh. Um, we was also talking, and you made mention about um, you said people um, that were on assistance and didn't have a residence, and you just said that. What exactly does that mean for an individual to not qualify for assistance if they don't have an address, if they in fact are qualifying for an assistance, and if they had a residence or a lease or something with they they wouldn't need assistance, right? So how does that work when you got to have a place to live to get a place to live? How does that work?
That's the same question I've been asking.
Uh-huh.
You need assistance to get a place to live. That's what, you're saying you're here for and
Uh-huh.
everything. And they're telling people, no, you need a lease. And these people are saying, well, I just lost my home. I need help to get a place and everything. That's why I'm here. And they're turning people away,
Uh-huh.
telling them they don't qualify for a type of assistance.
Uh-huh.
And then you have other places such as like Section 8, RHA, that people are on the list for vouchers, for home vouchers, where they can get placement, but they take their names off the list for the vouchers to put them in home placement, housing placement, just to get them into project homes and other rat-faced-infested hellholes.
Uh-huh. Okay. So RHA, what is that?
That's another assistant. That's like an assistant housing, like Section 8.
Uh-huh. How so is it? So do you know the difference between the two?
Section 8 stays closed. RHA offers a little bit more assistance than Section 8, and
Uh-huh.
supposedly they're easier to get, but
Uh-huh.
they switch your information.
Uh-huh. So you're saying that there are people, you also said that there were people that had their name on a list and their name was automatically removed off the list?
Yeah, and put on another list for housing placement, uh, shelter rooms, and stuff like that to place them in one of those places.
You said shelter rooms? Yeah,
shelters and everything like that. Yeah, to put them in something like that. But it's not left on the list for a voucher. And most of these people are filling out for vouchers to get a home, not to be placed in the projects or placed on a shelter bed or in a rooming house and everything where they got to constantly watch their stuff. They got children. They remove them off a list. I actually had a woman tell me that you're lucky if your name gets picked on a voucher list because it opens once or twice a year. And when we open it, picking it is like the lottery. We just pick your name.
Holy smokes. Holy smokes. And okay, so check this out. President-elect Joe Biden announced yesterday that he is issuing and he's going to try to get us another $1,400. In your opinion, what do you think that $1,400 is going to do?
Add some more renovations.
You think it's going to add more onto renovations?
Renovations, yep.
So, all right. So let's go at it like this. A normal person like myself, I get a stimulus. Let's just say I get a stimulus check, right? Because I get a stimulus check, that's going to affect the people that were on public housing. Because once again, people, I'm going to say something. Money has to come from somewhere. It's called a budget. This is why when they started the stimulus, they agreed on a package, and aka budget, and that package was going to have X, Y, and Z involved, and that is how this thing was going to play out. So let me ask you a question. Once again, y'all, I got D. Smitty on calling in on the league line. Educating, not hating. I mean, damn. So the next phase of stimulus that's coming out is going to be more. What type of damages do you think that new stimulus check is going to spawn?
Honestly, I don't think the people that did not put in requests for the extra money and we are getting just the stimulus check at will, I don't think they're in any danger. But the people who requested that extra money, those extra thousands of dollars, that's where the effect came from, because they had to pay out all that extra money. And then you had people who went on social media and made videos on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and said that they had the COVID-19 just to get extra money, $2,500 and stuff like that, and they didn't have it at all. But
Holy
they lied
freaking smokes!
Just to get paid out and stuff. And even at one point, a person who lived in this neighborhood, when her daughter went to go return to college, she couldn't even get refunded for the money that her daughter lost. A lot of people had that problem. We're not getting refunded because they took that money out of what they had to basically pay the citizens. And a lot of people lied about needing that money.
So you said she couldn't get refunded. Refunded? Who couldn't get refunded, and what money?
Her daughter's scholarship fund. She couldn't get refunded on her daughter's scholarship fund, so her daughter never went back to school.
Holy smokes. How come a lot of people, in your opinion, how come you think a lot of people aren't talking about this?
Because I've personally said before, greed, money is the root of all evil, okay? Money ain't evil, but when people get their hands on money, it make you do some evil and wicked things, period. You don't put money before how you're supposed to basically live and budget your life, period. you don't do it.
Right.
And you got to think about what things are going to come to you in the future and how you're going to have to pay it back. That was not free money we were getting. It was going to come from somewhere. And in the end, kids ended up suffering. Jobs suffered. Them jobs are not open to guarantee to stay open all year round. Places closed. People got worse off than what they were. More people died. And now we're fighting for places to live. We're losing our homes now. Where the money coming from to help us? Everybody was around here laid up collecting checks. Where's the money at now that we need help with?
You know, ladies and gentlemen, I got my sister D. Smitty calling in on the league line, 98.3 dotCOMFM. Appreciate you guys for being here, man. Honestly, you guys could have been anywhere else in the world. It's Saturday night, and I definitely appreciate all you that are here. You know, one of the things that as I talk to my sister, as I listen to her, I realized just how disattached I am. I realized it's do I dare say unfortunate? Because when you reach a success, there's a flip side of the coin. I have a mortgage that is pennies, and I'm listening to her, and I'm listening to people need. I don't know anything about this. You guys, you listen to me. You may say, "Yo, this guy is smart." I am dead to the world, 150,000% on what this woman is talking about on the phone right now. I am dead to the world. I'm listening to her, and some of the stuff she's telling me for the first time, I'm listening to it just like you guys. So, all right. So, D. Smitty, you just said because a lot of people, a lot of jobs that closed down because, of course, we were all quarantined, and it did what it was supposed to do. We had record employment, so they had to, reverse it for record unemployment, and a lot of jobs got suffocated. What D. Smitty just said is those jobs aren't coming back. Because those jobs aren't coming back, now there are people on welfare, on what are they on? Because you said they just went
unemployment. They're trying to get unemployment. Some of these people don't even qualify for the extra extension of unemployment anymore.
Wow. They don't qualify for extended unemployment.
Nope.
Okay. Wow. And I'm gonna ask you a question, because you understand the stimulus. Do you think it's wise for people to take the stimulus because they have nothing, or do you think they don't have a choice?
I would say that if they wasn't taking it before, if they didn't take that extra money, I would say go ahead and use it. But if they had that extra money before, then I would say no, it ain't wise to take it now.
I would really love to hear somebody listen to you say don't take the money and listen to a what or hell, because I know individuals in the community, all you guys call black, there's a tone and temperament, and that is, what's up, blood? Oh, I'm just trying to get over like everybody else. So individuals is taking money. So all right, so the person that didn't, the person, you going back to the person that didn't get refunded the money and now they can't go back to school. And that can you make the connection between that, the stimulus, and her? Make the connection, so if you can, so my people can just listen to what you're saying. Make the connection between those two.
Well, she requested the extra money because she needed it. And a lot of people requested that extra bit of money and everything, and people who did not need that extra money, who still had jobs, and lied about the working to get the extra money, and they got money from work, and they still got that extra money. So when it came time for them kids to go back to college, a lot of mothers and fathers wanted to know about the kids' scholarships. Were they going to still have their scholarships so that they could go back to school? Schools replied that they were not letting the kids back into school unless the parents came up with scholarship money, and they were not taking the unemployment money that they had. They had to come back with their scholarship money. These parents did not have that money.
Okay. You just triggered something that you said before, and I was flipping out when you said it. Okay, it just came to me. You said that it's you and okay, and thanks for clearing that up. You said something yesterday when we were talking. You said that in order people need to have their name on a lease. What is the problem with trying to acquire a lease? You were saying something about people are not accepting certain types of employment as the ability to pay the lease. Remember you were saying?
Yeah, yes, they're not accepting you just having Social Security anymore as you paying a lease, because now they're saying that with your Social Security, you have to be making not just 2.5 times more, but 3 and 4 times more is what the lease is. The rent
Wow.
has went up considerably, even for a 1 bedroom, over like 12 or 1,300 a month,
Holy
and ain't even that
smoly.
much square footage in it. But it's went up considerably because of the renovation fees, and they're not accepting nobody with that. They're hardly trying to accept rental assistance because they want their money back. So they're not accepting a lot of rental assistance, but they're accepting the vouchers. That's the only thing they will accept is the vouchers, and that seems to be to have a hard time of what everybody's trying to get.
And
The vouchers.
when you say vouchers, are you saying Section 8 vouchers or what?
Yes, the Section 8 vouchers and the vouchers from RHA, those are the hard ones that everybody's having a hard time getting.
Uh-huh. Okay. All right. And so they're not accepting Social Security as well. They could, some people, if they're accepting it if in fact you're making the rent. But I see what you're saying now. What you're saying is because
Yep.
they did renovations, rents has gone up out of the realm of the ratio of income
Social
to.
Security, yep.
Uh-huh.
So now they won't even accept you just having Social Security and even taking a chance of Social Security up in the money. They're just saying that, it's not enough, period. You need to either have someone moving in with you, or you need to have
Holy
more money
smokes.
and
Holy
everything.
smokes.
So they're telling you that you don't qualify for this. It's done resorted to people actually looking out for rooms for rent in houses, because that's the safest place to go, because nobody want to go to a rooming house or a shelter. And that's the only way you're going to get an address is by renting a room from someone. And that's been the hottest thing on the market right now, is renting a room from someone.
Really?
Yep.
Oh my. Um, I got my other half asked the question. I'm gonna get to that question in a second. I'm gonna just read something. Deshaun chimed in, and Deshaun said, "What's funny is now that Biden got elected as president during the COVID, and there's restrictions of government officials are now saying that they need to open up the economy." Very well said. Me and Miss Hers was talking about that today. Um, um, we were talking about um, that they want to just not everything is okay now. Like boom, poof, everything is okay. I do got a question for you. Um, my man, you was up in this mother, and he said, "Shalom, you big head mother." You ain't gotta say all that. You ain't gotta be all that. You ain't gotta be like that. But all right, got a question for you. This came in on off the chat line. If in fact you want you individuals that got the money, and they said, "Damn that, I wanted to give the money back." Is there a way to do that? To give the money back?
Yeah, I believe that there is if that stimulus check is coming from social services, you
Uh-huh.
can, I believe you can tell them that you don't need that check
Yeah.
or not even accept it or something like that. There is a way. Same way you calling to get your unemployment and everything, you can probably call them and tell you don't need that check.
Okay, so the people there, you're saying that there are some people that gave some effort. And the funny thing is, I got a stimulus. I didn't get one last year. Um, I just looked in my bank account and poof, pow, there it was, and I was like, what the heck? I didn't call nobody, so you know that is a good question. So you're saying you basically you can call social services or um, basically just the people. Oh, wait a minute. Aren't you call? Uh, isn't the IRS distributing those checks?
Yeah, I believe they are. And well, you call social services, like I said, but it
Yeah.
is government money. You can call one or the other and
Right.
find out if there is a way to give that money back if you don't
Gotcha.
want it.
Okay.
So, like I said, there's a will, there is a way. If you don't want something to happen, it ain't got to happen. Okay.
Yeah, I know that's
So
right.
exactly.
Um.
And the thing that people ain't think about either is what's going to happen with the taxes because we haven't even been able to file taxes or nothing like that because of all that money we got. That was government money. So we ain't filed no taxes or nothing.
Uh-huh.
So we going to have a problem with the taxes.
Wow. Um. Okay. Um. Mr. Use. Um. Okay, IRS. I appreciate that, my man Freddie. He chimed in. Appreciate you for being here and making that clear. Yeah, he just co-signed that. Yet IRS. My man, he's up in this, and he said I got a big room here in Queens, New York neighborhood I'm in. Move up in the neighborhood. He says I'm moving upstate this year. Uh, been saving Dave Ramsey. I've been saving big. This year been saving Dave. Okay, appreciate that. He says, I got hooked on to Dave Ramsey, man. Thank you. You're welcome. That's what I like to do, people. I like to educate people, keep people smart. I got D. Smitty calling in on the league line. She knows more about this than I do. She's uh, um, keeping ties and everything. D. Smitty, let me ask you a question.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think people will learn from this? Individuals that are on assistance. What do you think they'll learn from all this?
There ain't nothing free from the government.
Ain't nothing free from the government.
Exactly.
Okay. Personal wise, do you think what because I'm thinking that somebody would be like, you know what, this COVID thing taught me that I need to be a get off of my sir and um change my life. Do you think that this entire process will have individuals changing their life?
I think that this whole process has basically showed a lot of natural colors for people, whether we are lazy to want to make something happen or whether we are actually going to be doers and pursue something, or just leave it as it may and rely on the government to do something. And you had a whole lot of people that relied on the government, and the same people are ones that are struggling right now as we speak. And now they're depending on the government to help them again this year, 2021, and they're being told no. But these are the
Oh.
same people that say, it's free money. It's
Hmm.
free money.
Okay.
It's still free money, huh?
Right. So, okay, so if I'm hearing you right, they got help last year, right?
Hmm.
Now this year, even though this year is brand new, in the last year, in December, they're being told, no, we can't help you.
Yep.
Let me ask you a question. What happens to those people?
A lot of them have ended up out on the street.
Ooh, ooh, ooh.
Like I said, I I help and I give my services at a church, and a lot of them people, they didn't even. We did a food giveaway around Thanksgiving, and that was in 2020. And then people already start losing their homes. The church that I be helping, they just got funded for to start building a affordable housing apartment on a lot that they just cleared. They just got a permit for that. But now they got to get money together to start construction and stuff because they see what's going on around there and how people are getting put out of their homes.
Right.
So how long is that going to take and everything? It's going to take a minute. So you can't really put hopes on that. But at least they are trying to help people. But they see these people walking around here.
Mm-hmm. So basically what D. Smitty is saying is hoes about to lower their rates. Okay, hoes about to have 2-for-1s. No, I'm just kidding. Yo, I said that because you said something. He said creamy beards. Well, that dude's a damn fool. I gotta sit down here as I'm listening to my sister read something about creamy beards. I'm trying to be. Yo, man, I'm trying to be professional for once, man. I'm trying to.
I got a picture of that up one time, and I think I sent a message that you said, "Is that what you really think women look like?"
Yeah. Yes. This dude, man. Oh my God. He said, "Don't make eye contact with welfarians." Yo, man, y'all some clowns, bro. Y'all some freaking clowns, man. Y'all ain't right. Y'all ain't right. We trying to be serious tonight. We trying to be serious. Okay, we got 18 minutes. I got D. Smitty up in here, League Studios. Appreciate her for being here. Talking about the fallout of the stimulus check. And people, I'm gonna tell you something. I'm gonna tell you like this. Um, this is where I'm at. Um, you can hate Donald Trump. I got that. The guy was. I get it now. Individuals have spoken. I get it. I did not look at things from everyone else's perspective. I get it. But what the man did, which nobody can argue with, he gave us the lowest unemployment. I'm 52 years old. I've seen the lowest unemployment in my life. What I thought, I could be wrong, but what I thought was everybody wanted a job. Everybody wanted a vibrant, fruitful economy. That is now not the case. I got D. Smitty on the line. D. Smitty, let me ask you a question.
Yep.
Being out in the workforce, when we had the lowest unemployment in our lifetime, I'm older than you, so your lifetime, did you see a surplus of jobs?
Yeah.
Wow. 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 You know, to me, it's so I'm gonna say this. I got to listen to uh, Joe Biden give various speeches, and all he kept saying was darker days are ahead, darker days ahead, and I was like, dude, can you just be a lot more positive than that? But his perspective was darker days are ahead, darker days are ahead. I was like, oh gosh, this and all that. So now he's saying he's gonna want to open up schools. He want to give us more money. Um, these are the things that he's talking about. So I got D. Smitty. She's smart. D. Smitty, a job or stimulus? Which one would you prefer?
A job.
Really? Wow.
Mm-hmm.
I'm so surprised. Let me ask you a question. Um, do you know anybody that took their stimulus check, and I don't want their name. Do you know anybody that took their stimulus check and was acting like that it was the almighty bail out the almighty, like I got this and I'm good. Do you know anybody like that?
Oh yeah.
You said that very enthusiastically. Do you care to elaborate?
Just about everybody who, when the job closed and they opened up the doors to those checks and everything. I heard a whole lot of employees who I worked with at staffing agencies talking about how, oh, I'm gonna follow my dreams. One guy talked about how he always wanted to start his own porn agency, and he was gonna take his money and start a porn agency with it.
A porn agency?
Yes.
Oh my. Creamy beards.
And
Mr. U was right. Go ahead.
yes. One girl talked about she wanted to go sightseeing and everything like that. I'm like, how the hell are you gonna go sightseeing if we got COVID and they shut down airports and everything?
Holy smokes.
The stuff was crazy that they were saying. You could tell that they was gonna do some dumb stuff with their money.
Okay. You said something else and I want to jump back on. I kind of wrote it down. Um, but you said there was people that was saying that was going down there saying that they had COVID and they were getting
Yep.
$2,500.
Yeah, they was getting like 2,500 and more, double that. They was getting a lot of money.
Oh wow. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Wow. I heard people talking about it. I guess that's what they meant when they said people were getting a lot of money and individuals' cars was being brought everywhere. Everywhere you turned around, you seen a temp tag on a car. And I was like, now I'm listening to you tonight. And it all makes sense.
Well, yeah, that's how they was doing it. They was lying about it. That's why they was going on social media, telling people that they had it, and none of these people were sick at all. And compared to some of the people on TV that have actually given like not, I don't want to say shout out because that would be too harsh, but to warn people and tell them, they need to be safe and everything like that, or they got it, and to see how they look compared to how these people look, hair all done and stuff like that. So I got it and everything, and they smiling in the camera and stuff like that, and talk about how they feel. You're supposed to feel lousy and stuff and whatnot. That talking about you feel like you got pneumonia and the flu and stuff like that, and you smiling in front of the camera, talk about I've just been diagnosed with it and everything.
Wow.
No. No.
Wow. Let me. I got D. Smitty on the line. I'm gonna read a couple of these comments. Um, um, of course, my better half, Miss Her, said exactly, absolutely nothing is free. There's always a catch 22. Deshaun said free is only temporary. You is just clowning these individuals. He's a nut. He's a damn nut. He says, don't make eye contact with welfarians. I have no idea what that damn dude mean by saying that, but that's like the funniest thing. Don't make eye contact with it. How you doing today? I'm good. What the hell is that? Deshaun said, I read briefly the new administration coming up plans for new programs for housing and assistance for minorities. Yeah, Chinese and Mexicans. Um, Sean Firstborn says, I'm so glad I'm not a failure. I'm being pollination injected. Wow, and pollination injected right now. I'm going to keep my pollen to myself. People, what he's saying is he's not going to go run around busting off a nut, in nobody. He said he's not going to be pollinating no uteruses. He's not going to do that. What's going on, Z? Dude said he's not gonna pollinate no coochies right now. He said he ain't getting all into that. He ain't trying to do that. No, we ain't doing that. No, yeah. He said he ain't doing that. Nope. Wow. Deshaun says I know a few people myself who made stimulus to be the best thing for them. Of course, you chimed in. He said, I like this comment that you said. He said, people who smoke Newport 100s talking about they will not take the shot. Yeah, basically what he's saying is you're killing yourself with Newport 100s, but you're not taking The shot. Okay, we're coming down on the last 10 minutes. I got D. Smitty, sister up in the joint. D. Smitty, are you taking the shot? Are you taking the COVID vaccine?
No.
Why not? I'm curious. Why you ain't taking it?
Well, I used to, when I was working before my job closed, I used to ride with an Uber driver, and she had another job that she had gotten, and one of the jobs was in a lab. She didn't know what the test was going to be for, and she had let me in on some insight about all the stuff that came in unmarked boxes were for tests of the COVID vaccine. She said that she ain't want nothing to do with that. They didn't warn her about it. They weren't warning people about it. The test was all types of vials, blood, and also tests for vaccines and stuff. She said she quit the job.
Oh.
I said, I don't want nothing to do with that. Because it's just like sitting there even getting a flu shot, or how some people may be scared to vaccinate their children because of the reactions that they get.
So
I haven't had it. So
okay. So your understanding of it is basically the information that you got from the individual they used to drive with.
yeah, she was actually in a lab when they was doing some testing about that. And she said it ain't safe because she was like, two people had gotten sick and they didn't warn her or tell her until they had her in another department or another room of that lab, and she saw the unmarked boxes that came in, and then she knew why they were getting sick.
Wow. Okay. Okay. My man Deshaun chimed in. He says, I use my stimulus check to pay for some stripper named Molly. That's cool. Dude got a stripper named Molly. Okay. Damn, well, you had to give us the name, huh? Like, we're gonna look her up. Nah, my man says he used his stimulus check to pay property tax. Um, Good stuff. Uh, Listen, people. Um, I personally, um, you guys listen to me, and you guys hear me come at a lot of things at a lot of angles. But right now, I got nothing for you. Yeah, that's the first. And what I mean by that is there are some people that only your life can dictate to you um, which way you need to go with this. Um, it's serious. Listen, talking to my sister about it, I I'm being educated, and I thank God that I'm open minded, that and I'm listening to what this woman is saying, and I'm just saying wow. Um, and I'm saying wow for real wow, like not just wow for real wow. I am. I'm saying wow. I'm saying to myself, this is like crazy to me. It's just crazy.com, um, because a lot of people, in my opinion, 90% of the people that are on welfare, excuse me, in Section 8 don't need it. Um, uh, you know, you out there, not you, you Harden, but a lot of you out there, you can believe that it's not, the stats are not that high if you want to. I believe that 90% of the people don't need it, and I believe the unfortunate is their lives got snuffed from under them. I believe that it was just a life to them was a game. All these programs were all, yep, I'm gonna get on this program, I'm gonna get this money, blah 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 blah. And now, right, seriousness came knocking at their door. D. Smitty, before I let you go, is there anything you want to say in closing? based on what I just said, or anything you want to add?
Well, based on what you just said, I absolutely agree with that. A lot of people, that's why I said there are ways to give it back because a lot of people who did not need it, they took that money. And that's why now they owing that money. And there ain't no help for the people who actually do need it.
Oh, wow.
So the people that need it and are going to do wise with that money, like pay the last of they rent, they mortgage, whatever, that was a blessing to them. But now you got people losing their homes, people looking, trying to find a blessing to help them. They ain't getting it. They're trying to be poured out a blessing.
Okay, so when you say people are losing their home, you mean they're losing their place to live, because homeowners lose their home. So you mean
they losing everything.
Gotcha. Okay. Continue on. I'm sorry, I cut you off.
I'm saying they're losing everything, and they're just praying to be poured out a blessing right now, and it's not coming to them because we took all of that last year, and that's what nobody is seeming to realize. We took it last year, and a lot of us did not need it. Even when the jobs closed and they reopened back up, people refused to go back to work. You had a choice to go back to work or still collect that unemployment and get that extra money. A lot of people stayed and collect the unemployment, or they went back to work and still lied about it to still get the extra money.
Wow.
Now we paying for that.
So why would somebody not go back to work?
That's what you call at a sheer laziness. So now we basically doing it. The almighty dollar. That's what I said. Money is the root of all evil. Right there. You do some money, make you do some crazy things.
Okay. Wow. Well. Listen, D. Smitty, I definitely appreciate you for coming on tonight. I do thank you for taking time out of your Saturday to do this thing. Should have did it last night. Should have did it earlier, but my dumpster came over at the studio and I was throwing a lot of stuff away. D. Smitty, thank you. I appreciate you for being on, and I'll talk to you soon, okay?
Same for you, bro.
Okay, all right. Ladies and gentlemen, that was D. Smitty. But listen, once again, Jules was dropped. And I hope you guys got a lot out of this. I do. I do. I hope you guys got a lot of it. 323-627. No, 323-204-7939. Once again, 323-204-7939. You got a topic you want to talk to me about, or you can go ahead and email me at facts@100%@gmail.com. Facts@100%. That's facts AT100 PRCENT at gmail.com. I got to get a lot more people coming on talking because y'all all know where I stand. But there's a lot of things that I'm not familiar with, a lot of things that I'm not educated on. And you guys, while I have your attention, I truly need to give you guys a lot of things from someone else's perspective. Y'all know where I stand, y'all know. But like I said, it's okay. It's just like that. So, listen, y'all know what time I'm gonna be here tomorrow. I'm gonna be here tomorrow at 10 a.m. And you guys have a good night. And once again, man, I appreciate all you for being here. You guys could have been anywhere else in the world. And as always, we should always regret the day that the sun make the earth shine, fight to shine upon us. Catch you guys tomorrow at 10 a.m. Good night, y'all.